Hey everyone, so in this video we will cover the following learning objectives. These are sheet format, inserting views, bill of materials known as the BOM or BOM, modifying the bill of materials, balloons and notes. So in the last video we finished assembling together our circuit board. In this video we will create a very basic drawing of our circuit board assembly. So before we begin our drawing, it is essential that you edit the properties by going under File and Properties and Custom, such as Project and Description, Part Number, as well as Drawn By. For your other parts, for example, we will use our LED green. The properties have already been edited for you, and the other assemblies or parts that you will draw, you will have to do this yourself. This is very essential, especially in drawings when we create a BOM. Properties are imported directly from the properties that you insert of the separate parts. Now we will begin a new metric drawing. So our circuit board, if it's not already open, you can always go browse for it. With that selected, we will click next, and over here we are looking for a trimetric view. Make sure your preview is enabled so you can see what the outcome is like. Select shaded with edges because that gives you a better view of what LED color it is, or that you're referring to when you're using your balloons. Go for a custom scale of 2:1. Then, when you see that specific look, you can just place your view down by clicking your left mouse button. Accept that. Now over here, once you place the view, you can edit your sheet format. You can do that by right-clicking the sheet, look for Edit Sheet Format. When you do that, this look opens up. Now over here, you see the drawing view is disabled, and now you're on the sheet view. You can check that from your Feature Manager design tree. This is essential because at times you might have to edit the scale, like the scale we used was 2:1, so we can add that in here. Also, you would notice 2:1. So you notice the title here is, the font is too big, so we can correct that as well. Maybe go for 16. Okay, there it fits. When everything is arranged to your liking and your fonts are correct and you can see everything properly, your scale is done, we can always go back to our drawing sheet by right-clicking and selecting Edit Sheet. So we go back to our drawing view. You can see the view we placed. Now first of all, we will bring in our bill of materials. You can find that under Annotation. So Annotation, Table, look for bill of materials, select that. It will ask you select the drawing view. We have only one drawing view placed, but at times it is good if you just select the drawing with the most views. So we select that, BOM standard, accept that, and your BOM is placed over there. Now your BOM has your item number, part number, description, quantity. Over here we don't need our part number, so we can click that, right click it, go for hide, and hide your column. So we have item number, description, and your quantity. Now there are two other columns that we need to insert on the right side of your description. So first of all, we left click it, so we highlight your whole column, right click it, look for Insert, Column to the right side. Over here under Custom Property, we will look for property name, call Vendor. When that is selected, you can just click anywhere on the sheet, and now we will again highlight it by using our left mouse button. You can tell it's going to highlight when you see that gray arrow. That means you're going to highlight that whole column. Then right click it, Insert, Column to the right side, and now we are looking for vendor part number. Don't worry if the table is going off the sheet, we can always readjust that. Now we will be readjusting the length of it so it fits. So everything else is pretty much just formatting your table, so it doesn't take too much space because you have to add in your balloons as well, so you have to make sure of that. Now what your vendor and vendor part number is, that when the university brings in the parts or orders them for the specific soldering workshop where you would use these, they contact specific vendors with part numbers. You can go to the vendor website and enter these part numbers to get specification of each of the parts if you're interested in that kind of detail. Okay, also we can move these up a bit if you would like, but I think the space is fine, so that's okay. Okay. When your BOM is done, it will be essential if you move your BOM, the order of the parts that appear to suit the parts on the drawing. The first part that we need is our circuit board, that's there. The second one that we need is the IC. So when you see the gray arrow, click that, hold down your left mouse button, and that arrow represents that it's being dragged. Place it here and it goes under the circuit board. Then we need our capacitor. So again, we are looking for our ceramic capacitor. Click that, hold down a left mouse button and bring it under the IC. Then we have your voltage regulator. Left mouse button under ceramic capacitor. Then we have LED green, LED red, green, yellow, red, that's fine. Okay, yellow, red. And lastly, we have our 10K resistor. The quantities tell you how many times each of the parts are appearing. Like 3 times for your LED green, twice for the resistor. With that done, and our table is now, why we have to correctly adjust the way the items appear is because when we're using the balloon feature, the number that shows up on the balloon is according to your BOM. So this is very essential before you begin using the balloon feature. So over here under annotation, we will select balloon, and we will begin pointing out each of the parts. So first would be our circuit board. We can place it here. Next would be our IC. Now you see that yellow line, that's called inference. That's at times very useful if you want to place parts in reference to each other. So we will put that there. LED red. Again, inference would be used. We can place it here. We have our yellow LED, and again inference. Place it there. Green. We have then our, make sure we pick an edge over here, because if you place it on top, like over here, it's placed on top, because of the color you won't be able to see it through the IC or our voltage regulator. Next would be our capacitor. Again, we will use inference. Place it there. And lastly, we have our resistor. Again, we would utilize inference. So all the numbers are done from 1 to 8. Next we will add in our note again, which is found under annotations. We will place a small note here which would say, make sure caps lock is on. Note, bring this drawing to the drawing workshop. You can arrange where you want to see the note or place it. When all of this drawing is done and all your parts are properly arranged, you can always readjust the length here if you see the need and it's taking too much space. Make sure all the balloons are aligned with inference and they are correctly called out, that you can see them and you're not missing out any of the parts. Again, you can always just check it with the BOM. Your drawing should be pretty much complete. Thank you very much for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video.